Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yarn Sensation, and I'm so happy that you are here with me today. So in this video we will be making a crochet dress for a doll, and this is 2 parts. And what I did was just make a simple little face on the top, and I'm using 3 different colors. So I have my main color, and I will crochet the top and the skirt using the main color, and then I will add the edging to the skirt using my second color and my third color. And once you put your skirt onto the dress, you can make a drawstring by chaining 40, 50, 60 chains. You can decide the amount that you want, and you can use that and weave it through the top part of the skirt. That way you can gather it onto the doll, and then on the top you will make it with a little cute little ruffle going around. And like I said, you will design the face. If you want a fancier face, then feel free to create that. I just wanted to do a simple face. And then what I did was use my third color to create what I am simulating as the hair for the doll. And then you have the shoulder that you use your chains to create that. And on the back side, in the video, I will be using a stitch marker instead of a button for right now. I did not sew the button on, but you're welcome to use a button or whatever you decide for your closure. And you will also need 4 stitch markers, and you will be using those on the top to create the area for the shoulder and also the hair. And then I have a little marker that I just place on the right side of my fabric so that I will know that this is the right side that I want to use. And also you need your yarn needle and of course a pair of scissors. And once you have your material, we can get started. And an H hook. I used an H hook to crochet my outfit. To get started, you will start with a slip knot and you will chain 43. Round 1, you will place 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook and each stitch across. Once you complete row 1, you want to chain 1 and turn your work, and for rows 2 to 3, you will place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. You will chain 1, turn your work. For row 4, you will place 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and you want to repeat this pattern across. Next, you will chain 1, turn your work, and for rows 5 through 9, you want to place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. I placed this marker on the right side of my fabric, the little circle that you're seeing. Next, you want to fold your piece together and you will be joining into this first stitch. Once you join, you want to complete a chain 1. Next, you want to turn your work back to the right side. This will be the bottom of the work, and right here will be the top. You will chain 1. You want to place 1 double crochet into the same stitch. And 1 double crochet in each stitch around. Next, you will complete a double crochet into the next stitch for round 11. In this center, we will go back to that once we come back around, and you want to place 2 double crochets in each stitch around. Complete 1 double crochet in the center and slip stitch in the next stitch and fasten off your work. So this is our top, and it is not completed at this stage, and I used this stitch marker on the back to hold it together, but this is where you will place your button or the closure that you choose. And you want to place your stitch markers counting around the 16th stitch on both sides, and also place a stitch marker in the 6th stitch on both sides. And you can place your top to the side for now, and we will work on the skirt. To get started with the skirt, you want to chain 42 using your main color. For row 1, you want to place 1 double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook, 1 double crochet in each chain across, and you will slip stitch in the 1st double crochet to join. Join into the beginning stitch with a slip stitch. Round 2, chain 2, place 1 double crochet in each stitch around to the last stitch. You will start your double crochet decrease in the last stitch, and you want to complete your double crochet decrease in the next stitch, and this will start round 3. And you can place a stitch marker. For round 3, you will place 1 double crochet in each stitch to the last 2 stitches. You will complete a double crochet decrease over those last 2 stitches. For row around 4 through 11, you want to complete 1 double crochet in each stitch around, and when you get to the end, you will fasten off. For row 12, around 12, you will join your second color. You will chain 1. You will place 2 single crochets in each stitch around. To complete round 12, you will join your third color. You want to complete 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Next, you want to slip stitch into your next stitch and fasten off your work. Weave in all your yarn tails. Place the skirt to the side and we will continue working on the top. You want to weave in your yarn tails on the top. Add your choice of a closure here. Next, you will need your second color and we will be creating the face, and you want to place it between these two stitch markers. I place my yarn needle on the third row, 3 stitches away from the stitch marker. Pull your yarn through, find your center. You want to skip 1 stitch, place your yarn needle through that stitch, pull your yarn through, not too tight. 1 eye is complete. Next, you want to skip the next stitch and you will place your yarn needle through the next stitch. You want to pull your yarn through. Repeat the same steps for the first eye, so skip the next stitch, place your yarn needle through the next stitch, pull it all the way through, not too tight, and your eyes are complete. For the nose, you want to skip the next row and place your hook through the center of the next row. Next, you will reach back to the skip row and pull your hook back through the same stitch. You want to go back through the top stitch and come out to the side about 2 stitches over the row below. And now we will create the lip. And at this point you can decide how long of a smile you will like. I am skipping 1, 2, 3, and I will place my hook into the next stitch, pull it through, and when I just go back through the center of my lip just to place a little stitch to keep it in place, and this is optional. Next, you want to tie your yarn tails together a couple of times, not too tight, and you want to trim the edges. And what you can do to hide your yarn tails, you can place a piece of fabric, a fusible fabric, on top of that, and it will keep all of that intact. So next, make sure that you have your stitch markers in the 6th stitch from the edge, and we will start joining our 3rd color, and I'm using this color to add the hair to the face or to the top of the dress, and it will also be the shoulders. So you want to join your 3rd color into the 6th stitch, and that will be the stitch with the stitch marker. So now you want to chain 12, and this will create the shoulder, and we will do multiple chain 12. Once you have your chain 12, you want to join with a slip stitch in the 16th stitch, and that is the stitch with your stitch marker. First chain is complete. You can remove the stitch marker. Next, you will chain 12. Once you have your chain of 12, you will join in the 6th stitch, and that is the back side, and the same stitch that you joined in the beginning. Next, you will chain 12. And if it make it easier, you can always turn your work in the direction of where you will be placing your chain 12. You will slip stitch into the 16th stitch again. Next, you will chain 4, slip stitch in the same stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, and that pattern will repeat until you get to the next stitch marker, and we will slip stitch into that stitch, and you will be repeating your chain of 12. Slip stitch into your stitch marker in the 6th stitch on the back, and next you want to chain 12. You will slip stitch on the front side in the 16th stitch. Next you will chain 12. You will slip stitch in the stitch marker on the back side in stitch number 6. Next you will chain 12 and you will slip stitch on the front side, and you want to slip stitch into the next stitch, and you will repeat the pattern of chain 4, slip stitch in the same stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, and repeat the pattern across back to your first set of chain of 12. Repeat the steps for your second shoulder by chaining 12 and joining on the back side. Your top is complete. Weave in any yarn tails that you may have for the top or the skirt. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And thank you so much for spending a little time with Yarn Sensation. Thank you.